Hi, it's Lenneke from Len's Crafty Life, and I just wanted to show you, this is my paper and soon to be fabric dyeing corner. Not very organized, is it? Well, it's organized in a way that everything that I need for that is together here. But since I am I'm doing craft room tours, you know, you can search on my channel for those. But at the moment, since I'm doing craft room tours, I'm also kind of reorganizing my craft room, which I'm not showing in this video. You'll have to look the craft room tours series or the playlist of videos of that on my channel. Not done yet with that, but I thought I'd get onto this corner. So I got this one recently. If you've seen the craft room tours, I used it in the far back of my room over there, which I'm not going to show now. I had the printer on it, the big printer, big scanner. I put that in a different cupboard, which you'll see in the next room tour, craft room tour number 4. It may be up, it may not by the time you see this. Then it's coming soon. So move that. So I thought this would be perfect for my paper and fabric dyeing corner. So that's what happens when you do things one-handedly. This is a very heavy. What is in here? Oh, it's the dyes. I was just thinking, why on earth is this so heavy? So I got some fabric. These are linen fabrics. They are for cross stitch because I help out a lady one afternoon a week in her cross stitch shop, and these are kind of little bits of fabric that she gave to me to try out dyeing. Now I do want to use natural dyes, but she also had some of these dyes, the Ritz dyes. So she never got around to using those, so they are old, but hopefully they will still work. Like here it says, you know, that it's good to focus to 2020 now. Obviously it's 2024 now, so I will have a go at that, see if it still works. Why is it not focusing? Come on, focus, baby. Good. Then I have some teas from my daughter, which are kind of old and stale, and she's not using them anymore. Some natural teas. So I want to try those out on papers as well as fabrics. Then I have my big pen. This is not my biggest pen for the fabric. I got an even more massive pen that my doggy fits into totally and spaciously for the fabrics that I'm gonna try hand dyeing for this lady that I help out. So this is the first. This is my doggy. You can see how big she's not massive, but the pen that I have, she fits in very spaciously. Hello, Rosie. Hello. So let me show you more, and I will try to, probably this one will go on top. There you go. And I've already got some paper in there, but lots of different kinds of paper. My doggy is always very curious. She always wants to see what I'm doing. I have different kinds of paper, different brands of paper, trying out also different weights of paper. This is Claire Fontaine. So the papers can go in here. Oh, that's the fast print, and I've got another fast print. I've got home and office. Hope you could see that. This is another home and office. This one is already open, so I have to put the open packs. I hope I'm not making you seasick. Hope I'm not moving too fast. So let's get all the papers in there. I've got color copy paper. I think I'll put that just on there. Another Claire Fontaine one. This is 100 grams. So the other one I just showed you was 120 grams. Now, normal copy, standard copy paper is 80 grams over here in the Netherlands, in Europe. So 100 grams is just a little bit heavier. 120 grams obviously is again heavier. For dyeing the papers, I don't want to go above the 120 grams. It's just, you know, because I'm making also a hand dyed and embossed paper packs. So for the embossing, it works best if the paper is a bit heavier than your standard copy paper. It just feels better, it feels stronger. So look at this, what I got from the lady that I helped out in the cross-stitch shop. These are, she has like a walnut tree in a garden, and these are the shells of the walnut. No, you can't eat that, little Rosie. She finds it very interesting. So these are the Drowder. No. Gosh. Don't eat the walnut shells. I'm so sorry, you can't. Don't think that's a good idea for doggies. But these have tannins in them. Tannins are the kind of stuff that makes the color sticks to your material. So you don't have to pre-treat the fabric or the paper. So I'm gonna try this out. Got that this week from her. So I will do a separate video on that. So that goes with all the dyeing material. Then I've got, my daughter really loves coffee. And I've got all sorts of coffee. Oh yeah, that's right. And wine. Got some wine in here as well to use also for fabric, for doilies. There's another wine, or port. So this is not a drink. No, I'm not drinking. I don't even like alcohol, to be honest. So that's just to dye papers. Different kinds of coffee, I was saying, and these again, these are really good brands of coffee. I hope you can still hear me. Latin America blend, you know, but the reason she gave these to me is because she bought too much. This is decaf from Peru. She bought too much and they've gone stale. She doesn't like them anymore. So then I said, well, don't chuck them, give them to me. But I think these are even like, yeah, the real beans in here. Westmoreland. So that's for paper dyeing, and I want to see if the coffees actually give like different hues. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Now, this is actually from, well, okay, let's start here. I got some old towels because sometimes I let the papers dry on the towels, not when they're soaking wet. And then I tend to put them on my beds, which you can, I'm not sure if those videos are up already. I made tons of videos about dyeing papers, have to put those up. But I put like a plastic tablecloth over my bed, and then I put the papers to dry on the bed first time round. But when I have some left over, I put these towels here on my craft room table and put the leftovers on there. So that's the papers to dry, so that's why those are there. Piece of paper will go in there. Oh, this already looks great. I love this. Love getting organized. This is my camera clamp, because when I am doing the videos on how to dye your papers, I clamp it over my cooker hood. That's where I do it in the kitchen. And this is bent the exact way for me to have the camera. So this clamps to my cooker hood, this part. Can't point at it now because I only have two hands. One is holding the camera, the other one is holding the clamp. So that goes onto my cooker hood. This goes onto the camera, being my phone. So that's why I've got that over there. Let's put that over here. Then this is actually for your albums, like we call them LPs, long play albums, long speelplaat. I'm not even sure if you can say it like that in English. It's you know, a recorder. I think no, it's not a recorder. I think the vinyls, that's what you call them, the vinyls. So what I do when the papers have already dried quite a bit on the bed, but I need to use the bed and the papers are not 100% dry, but dry enough to stand up straight, then I put them in this rack to dry. So that goes on the top, at least for now. Then I've got another towel, some bits of paper that I have dyed, and I've already, these are little tryouts. This one says avocado skins, again avocado skins, different kind of paper. This is the home office paper with hibiscus tea, so that became kind of a, well, the camera doesn't really pick it up, it's kind of a grayish, bluish grayish. Got those in my Etsy shop if you're interested. They're embossed though. Then I've got the oven racks. Okay, and that actually I put here. Haven't used it yet, but I also want to make my own paper. So from, you know, recycled paper. So you need, when you have old paper from mail, newspapers, whatever, you can soak them, then blend them. So this is a blender especially dedicated to making homemade papers. So let me just shove that to the back. I'm not doing that yet, but that will come. And then I can put the wine in front of it. Another one, Lindemann's wine. The coffee next to it. I just hope. And this little cart is on wheels. You can see it over there. So because the room, my craft room, is also being used for prayer days for my husband. So if need be, I can just wheel this out of here if it's giving too much mess. Let's put the fabric where, oh yeah, these are like the glass bottles. They're too many. I know they are too many. I use them in my kitchen, you know, keeping my own nuts to eat. Not to die with, but to eat. But I also use them to keep leftover dyes. So if I make like coffee dye, tea dye, hibiscus tea dye, if there are any leftovers, I keep them in glass bottles in my fridge. And you can keep them like that for about 2 or 3 days. So these are then the oven racks, oven pans. This is when I make the dye or the tea. Then I put this in the little, I don't even know what you call it. This is the oven rack, I know. What do you call this? Oven pan. The oven pan. You put this in the oven pan, you pour the liquid through it. And this is actually for a coffee maker. So, but I use it for this. So then I've got several oven pans, because sometimes I just have several on the go. Let's put the oven pans in here. I think all the stuff almost fits in. I can probably put the dye in there, but the dye is very heavy. So if I do it, let's put this over here. If I do it one-handedly, everything may fall again. Okay, let's see if I can. It's quite heavy. Okay. Yep. There you go. I can do it. Let's put the strainer in there as well. The walnut shells, let's put those in here, because these are all the dyes. I'll leave the back open, so because these are fresh but dried out already, they come straight out of a garden, so there may still be a little bit of moisture. So I'll leave the back open because I don't want it to go moldy. Let's put that to the side a bit, and then if I put this up straight, I can put the towels. Well, I should probably, you see there's already stains on there. That's just from, you know, the tea dye, coffee dyes, probably different colors on there. I should wash them at some point. I will. But for now, I'll just pop them right there. It's kind of organized. I'll probably fold those when I'm done with this video, but I can't fold them now one-handedly. I won't take you on that journey. These are even notes. Cranberries with 1 red cabbage, it says here in Dutch. 4 teaspoons of white vinegar I use, 1 liter of water. So those are some of the dyeing vinegar with red cabbage, grape dye. So those are some of the recipes. Let me just put those there, because everything you do makes a difference to the color that you get. Now these are the oven racks that I use to, when I dye them, to stack them all up, but I don't want these, especially not for the embossed papers, I don't want the grid to be in the dyed paper. So what I do is I put, these are just ordinary copy papers. I put 4 sheets down first. I put one here, a stack of 4, and then on top of that I'll do all the dyed papers. But I show that in the dyeing, paper dyeing videos. Now this I will clean out and put it back into my oven because it's too big to go into one of these cubby holes, which are pretty full already. So what have we got here? More papers. Some are already bits tried out, dyed papers, different colors, different dyes. Some. This is the paper that I started off with, and it's not available anymore in the Netherlands, so I do keep this just for reference. It had color lock on it. This is a Navigator's, another kind of dye. Then another piece that I dyed. Then I do, this one came actually from a charity shop. It's a plastic tray. And then later on, I very cheaply saw plastic trays somewhere. So I got quite a few more plastic trays, because what I want to do is not just dyeing papers in my like for the embossing, but also using stencils. So I haven't done that yet, but I have tons of stencils, so it's high time that I use those. Oh, another piece of paper, avocado. Focus. 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, probably too close. Not sure why it's not focusing. So that's another recipe. So yeah, with the stenciling, and I've seen people do that, watch some videos on that, and what they did is to stack them on trays and put them outside. So you have about 6 papers with different stencils in between, layered, and then put them on a tray. And A4 does fit on here, I'm sure. I'm in the Netherlands, Europe, so we have A4. This is an A4 size piece of paper that fits on there. So I could, dye the paper, stack them up with the, oh goodness, it's late again. Stencils, with the stencils in between, 6 at a time, put them outside to dry in the sun. Although it's autumn now, we don't have that much sun anymore here in the Netherlands. So I bought quite a few of these trays to do that. And that basket I got in the charity shop. Not sure if I'm going to use this one with the holes, the grid. It's probably for doing laundry or something. But for my own homemade paper, so the paper itself that I want to make, with recycled papers, these are great because I do have a paper making frame already. So I was looking, these are actually 2 containers, so I was looking for large containers, bath, to make my own homemade papers in. So that's for that. I'll probably put that on top. I guess this could go in there, and then I can put this on top. So this is pretty good. So there you go. So it doesn't look great, but I can access things much better and have it all you know, together. And there you go. I will turn this towards the door. We don't really use this door anyway. So a hallway that way, but we can get in that way from the kitchen as well. So we don't use that door. So I can very easily now wheel this away, use it for what I want to use it for, and wheel it away if my husband has a prayer day here in the craft room to make the craft room nice and tiny. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and probably hopefully see you again in the next video. Okay, bye bye, have a great day.